Alright guys, welcome back to another Zenless Zone 0 update video. Today we've had a bunch of new leaks and updates that just dropped, a lot of new information for the 1.3 patch as we're currently ongoing the 1.3 beta, so a lot of new stuff is coming out. We got the animations, the character details, but in this video we're going to be focusing on Yanagi and more specifically Yanagi's kit. So a ton of info on her kit just dropped and we're going to take a look at it in this video. And we'll see what she's looking like and what she's able to do. But before we start, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, put on those notifications if you guys want to keep being updated as soon as possible on Zenless Zone 0 content. But alright, let's get into it. So here is the Zenless Zone 0 beta Yanagi's kit leaked. Starting off with this new information is the base stats for Yanagi. If you guys want to pause the video and take a look at her base stats. Stuff doesn't look like anything crazy, so I'm gonna skip this over and go straight into the basic attack, which seems really interesting, so let's read it over. Basic attack, Night Seer Divine Music. Tap to activate Yanagi's possessed 2 stances. So she has 2 stances, one is called upper chord and the other is lower chord. When performing a basic attack, she can execute up to 5 slashes forward depending on the current stance, dealing physical damage. So she is a physical and electrical attribute damage. And that is really interesting, so physical electric damage. And while in either stance, Yanagi received corresponding stance bonuses. So let's see what these bonuses are about. The upper chord bonus, stance bonus, increased resistance to interruption during basic attacks. The lower chord stance bonus, increased interruption level during basic attacks. Almost the same wording, except the upper chord provides increased resistance and the lower chord provides increased interruption. So not too bad, pretty good. And after switching stances, Yanagi can retain the previous stance's bonus for 6 seconds. Okay, nice. So you can basically stack up the bonuses upon each other for up to 6 seconds. So that's pretty nice. And here we also have the multipliers. This is a 5-hit combo. We got the 5-hit damage multiplier and the 5-hit daze multiplier for those who want to take a look. Moving on is the special attack, Flowing Transition. Activation, tap to activate, effect, perform a forward slash during electric attribute damage while switching the current stance. If tapped after the 3rd or 5th hits of a basic attack, it can trigger a quick switch, allowing connection to the 3rd hit of the basic attack in the corresponding stance, and also increases interruption resistance during the move's activation. Quick switch attack can block enemy attacks. Really interesting, so depending on when you activate the special attack, you get bonuses and a different effect. And now if you do it after the 3rd hit or the 5th hit of a basic attack, you can trigger the quick switch between stances. And now the multiplier here, the damage multiplier is 142%, daze multiplier 99%. But okay, let's move on to the EX special attack, Lunar Flowing Transition. The activation, same as before, you hold to activate when energy is sufficient. And the effect, alternatively use the 2 stances to perform a powerful forward slash, dealing massive electrical attribute damage. And as it also says here, during the move's activation, enter a state called Encompassing Nature. While this state lasts, after executing the 5th hit of a basic attack or other types of attacks, it can connect to the 3rd hit of a basic attack in the corresponding stance. This state lasts for 15 seconds, and reapplying refreshes the duration. If the EX special hits an enemy in the anomaly status, it adds an additional area damage equivalent to 15% of a Yanagi's anomaly proficiency. If the target is in a non-electric attribute anomaly state, the additional damage is considered disruption damage. And the added bonus is a invulnerability is granted during the move's action. So this looks pretty insane, a lot of damage for sure, especially mixing up with the anomaly status. It adds an additional area damage equivalent to 15% of her anomaly proficiency. So the higher the anomaly proficiency is going to be, the more damage you will do. If the target is non-electric attribute anomaly state, there's additional damage that is considered disruption damage. Pretty damn good kit so far. Now moving on to the chain attack, it is called Star and Moon Follow Each Other. When triggering the chain attack, choose the corresponding character to execute. Perform a powerful slash on the enemies within a frontal area, dealing a large amount of electric attribute damage. After the skill is activated, you can link to the third segment of basic attack under the current stance. This skill has invincibility during its activation, and the damage multiplier is actually quite high, 14,500, and damage multiplier is 148%. And I imagine next up her ultimate is going to hit even harder. So her ultimate is called Thunder Shadow Heavenly Splendor. That is a crazy name. When decibel rating is at a maximum, press to activate. Activate the ability to perform a powerful slash to a large area of enemies in front of you in a very short time, followed by a lightning strike attack dealing a massive amount of electric attribute damage. After the skill is activated, you can link to the third segment of basic attack under the current stance. The skill has invincibility during its activation, damage multiplier almost over 3,000%, 3,360.6%, and the damage multiplier 365.9%. But yeah, overall, I would say her kit is actually really interesting. She seems kind of cracked so far, and I'm really impressed by her animations as well. She's going to be looking really good, depending if she's meta or not. That really didn't matter to me from the get-go, as I just love the character design so much. But her looking cracked is a added bonus for me. Let me know what you guys think of her kit. And I'm not sure if we have the Mindscapes for Yanagi yet, but if I can find it here, I will try to add this in the video. Alright, so I found it. Yanagi's Mindscape for the 1.3 beta. We got the M1, the M2, the M4, and the M6 for now. So we'll go over it and end the video there. So we got the M1, Mode A, increases electric damage by 15%, and Mode B increases penetration rate by 12%. That is really cool. She gets different buffs depending on, I'm guessing Mode A and Mode B are Yanagi's stances. So in her first stance, she gets more electric damage, and in her second stance, more penetration. That is very interesting. Now moving on to the M2, where there are enemies on the field and they enter a debuff state, gain a buff. When attacked, consume one layer of the buff to gain a 1 second of invincibility. A maximum of 2 layers can be stacked. When there is more than 1 layer, gain 50 mastery. Debuffs last for 10 seconds, and repeatedly gaining it refreshes the duration. And now we're going to go over the M4. When performing a chain attack or assist, can also enter the state activated by the EX special skill, and you recover 10 energy. This can trigger a maximum of once every 15 seconds. And now her M6, that is a really long M6, so it's probably really crazy. When Yanagi attacks, causes a target to enter an elemental debuff state, or when Yanagi deals damage to enemy in a debuff state, she can apply a pierce state to the target. When applying the state, it deals an additional electric damage based on 550% of Yanagi's attack to the target. When Yanagi's attack hits an enemy in the pierce state, it ignores 30% of the target's electric damage resistance. The pierce state lasts a maximum of 8 seconds. It cannot be reapplied during its duration. Alright, so this is pretty cracked, but I imagine most of us won't ever be seeing that M6 unless we have a crazy amount of pulls. But for now, I would say as far as you want to go with Yanagi is the M1. And other than that, it's really just, you don't really need it. I would say even without any Mindscapes, she's still looking pretty damn good. I'm quite impressed with her kit here. She looks pretty broken, tons of damage, tons of stun, and her playstyle with different stances looks pretty unique as well. No other character in the game has that, I believe, but pretty good because I was already pulling for this character off of her design alone, but now her being a broken electric unit is just a bonus for me. Let me know what you guys think. What are your plans going to be? Are you pulling for this character or not? Let me know down below. But for now, I'm going to wrap up the video, and I'm going to cover Lighter in the next video. I believe we have all the information on Lighter, but this video is already long enough, so I'll see you guys in the next one. If you guys enjoyed, feel free to subscribe, like the video, put on those notifications on to be kept updated with Zenless Zone 0. But for now, I'll see you all in the next one.